The idea is to understand BFM and aerodynamic concepts, rate and radius. We'll talk about those. Fundamental concepts of BFM. One circle, two circle. The way I like to do that is I'm going to talk to you while we're fighting, and I'll ask you some questions to help just confuse you as you try to stay alive. Understanding offensive BFM, rolling scissors, flat scissors, timings. This one is a little harder to set up. So today we'll probably skip the scissors stuff, but we'll end up in scissors just from fighting, I'm sure. And we'll talk about those in the debrief. Guns defense, flat scissors, rolling scissors. Okay. And how to set up and understand high aspect BFM interstate controlling. So all of our sets today will start from a neutral or the high aspect BFM setup. I've got a mission where we're just starting in the air. Initially, we'll just stick to guns. And as we progress, if things are going smooth and you guys want to switch over, we'll jump onto main and we'll use the BFM slots there. And they have missiles on them. Unfortunately, my training mission doesn't have missiles at the moment. So yeah, let's talk about BFM real quick before we start fighting. Make sure we're all more or less on the same page. And I'll just leave that there. I'm going to actually start with the whiteboard, and I'll start with GIF. If we've been here before GIF, let me know. And same thing with you, Brad. You guys can both chime in. We've got a high aspect or a neutral merge about to happen. I'm going to start with some dotted lines and just call out the type of fight that you see developing.
This is a two circle.
Easy, right? Easy money. Two circle fight. I just got a couple dots here to make it provocative. What kind of fight is a two circle fight?
It's a rate fight. You want high rate of turn.
High rate of turn. What does that mean exactly, GIF? Can you relate it out for me?
Degrees per second. So the faster your nose is moving around the circle, that's a high rate of turn.
Man, just that's almost textbook. That's exactly what we want to hear. So you want to rate around the circle or get around the circle as fast as possible. What kind of stuff do you not want to do to get around your circle quickly?
You don't want to pull too hard. You don't want to bleed any energy, right? You want to try and maintain that correct airspeed. I think in the Tomcat, it's somewhere around like 320, 330.
Okay.
15 units AOA, something like that.
Okay, I think I heard 320 for the Tom. I'm just going to put Tomcat here, a TC. And for the Hornet, we're going to be targeting about 350. No faster than 380. And this is going to depend on our loadout. All right, so we're going to say there's a term for this speed that's used in the 103 documents. You remember what that term is?
That'd be best sustained turn rate or corner speed you could use.
Corner speed is the one I like to use sometimes. So we're going to try to remember our cornering speed and mine writing because I'm using a mouse. So cornering speed. All right, I like all those answers. So as you're heading into this fight, one of your goals today, gentlemen, I'd like you to think about your game plan as you go into the first merge. Create a scenario that's going to be beneficial to how you want things to play out. A lot of time, and I was caught on this the other week with flying against weeds, is that we just kind of fly straight and level and set a speed and then go into the fight and let it develop from there. So today you have my permission to go up or down, left or right, to build a game plan before you hit the merge. But once you have merged and passed each other, we'll kind of play it from here. So it's not completely neutral. A lot of these setups, when we're doing them on mission, for example, they'll be a little more cooperative, and you'll want to brief that. So just to kind of clarify today, we're going to think about our entry game plan. But just keep in mind whenever we're doing safeties and we're setting this up as an event mission, for example, a secondary mission coming back, whatever, we're trying not to run into each other or kill each other. We'll want to maybe keep it a little more neutral so that first merge is much more predictable. Is that clear as mud?
Mm-hmm.
All right,
That's
cool.
Good.
In a two-circle fight, we've rated around here. We're coming back. We'll call this time 2. we've now merged again. What are some things you don't want to do? Maybe in the re-merge.
Maybe a bit of a higher risk one, but is it taking a snapshot, head on?
Head-on snapshot. Today, I would say where we're trying to kill each other, those will be valid for the students.
Okay.
I'm not going to do it as the instructor. If you're doing this in training, please do not do that. We won't go over safeties today, but I recommend you talking about safeties if you go and do this on mission. And the reason is because on the Hornet, the nose is kind of canted up about 3 degrees. So if you're pulling your nose, you're pulling for a impact. But in on mission against an adversary that's trying to kill you, and for today, a snapshot you could take. When we're going around the 2 circle, and this is kind of hard to draw, but let's say I look across, and this is going to be, you're going to see how much of a Picasso I am. This is going to be the top-down view of the jet. Let's call this the jet, or maybe I should be drawing it the other way, my bad. I look across and I see a nice full, as my instructors would say, this is an avian. These are its wings, this is a little tail. I look across, and this is a very big one, so it's a very small circle, but I look across and it looks kind of flat and basically the same thing. They're looking across and seeing me. I'm asking you guys: is this an advantage thing? Is this a neutral thing? Is this a losing thing? Any ideas there?
I'd say we're neutral at this point if looking straight across and see the platform.
Okay, Brad, would you agree with that?
I assume so. I'm not really sure what to say in that
I know
respect,
it's a
so I'm
shitty.
just going to try to agree with
Not
that
really
one.
sure what to say. So one of your goals today is when you're looking out across the 2 circle fight, I want you to pay attention to what you see. Now, if you saw their nose a little less flat plane, a little more pointed towards you, think that you're losing fight. And I can't draw for shit, guys. I'm not even gonna try. Let's say that you look across and they're kind of pointed, getting a little more pointed at you. You think you're losing or winning that one?
Losing.
And BF, would you agree with that?
So in a 2 circle, if we're seeing more aspect of them, we're actually winning the fight, aren't we? Because we're making more rates. We're out in front of them more. He may be showing us some nose, but we're further through the circle than he is. Or
Well, I
maybe
would say if you're seeing more of their tail in that regard, GIF,
yeah, okay. I see what you're saying.
you be coming along because it's very much the same as when our circles are aligned because we're raiding around that circle.
Sure.
If we start seeing their tail, um, a little more tail than I'm talking about the aircraft is getting kind of stretched out, where you're seeing more tail than nose. Vice versa, yeah, you'd be kind of losing clues, but I know that's kind of a wonky way to talk about it, guys. I think what we'll do today is when you're coming through the 2 circle, which you'll look out about halfway through. I mean, you should be pretty much padlocked the whole way. I want you to try to get your mind's eye into what you're seeing out there and think about your next moves as you come to the merge.
Okay.
On the 2 circle as well, let's say that we were to merge again, and it's pretty typical for one guy to maybe want to reverse, to kind of take advantage of a high energy aircraft. These kind of things. Have you ever thought about? Have you talked about with anyone? Have you debriefed it? What I'm asking is, you've gone 2 circle, you're coming back for another merge. What kind of things can we do?
Well, we can continue the fight as we were,
Yeah.
or we could reverse, like you said, and take it 1 circle if we think our radius is shorter, so that we can leverage that to get inside the other guys.
Okay.
Circle.
Today we're going to be fighting a Tomcat and a Hornet. What kind of fighter is the Tomcat? What kind of fight does it prefer? The 2 circle or the 1 circle?
The Tomcat, for my limited experience, seems to like to go either way. It's a very good 1 circle fighter, but it's also decent at the 2 circle fight, especially the B, because you get the big engines.
Gotcha.
We can sustain that turn rate. I know the Hornet loves the 1 circle because of the high alpha capability.
Yeah, we got a lot of control at slow speed. I'll say our rate is still pretty good, and it actually beats the DCS Viper anyway.
Mhm.
The only advantage the DCS Viper has is large circle, so it really does rate around a large circle, which can create different problems as well. So in the gunfight, the two circle isn't really advantageous to the Hornet, obviously. Uh, if you take a two circle and you've got heat seekers, there is an advantage there, or there is a
Mm.
game you can make there, and we'll talk about that once we hit the missile phase of today's exercise. But any questions, concerns, things that have come up in the past when you've gone two circles that either of you want to talk about? We'll start with Brad.
I'm not too sure, mate, to be honest.
No, it's all good. We can talk about it as we see stuff in the sky. Giff, you want to talk about any of this stuff? Are you more of a
No,
two
I
circle
I'm
one?
just really just getting my head around it in the Tomcat.
All right,
There's
cool.
some cues that I've been learning. Like I did a couple sets with Fen, and just learning how to work the AOA meter.
All right, good stuff. All right. Yeah, I think when you're flying the older fighters, I experienced this a lot in the F5. Your scan has to be way more dynamic because you also have to monitor some instruments. Where in the
Mm,
Hornet, we a lot of time we'll have that HMD up, and that means we can stay eyes out and looking at our guy and still
mm,
manage our systems. Where we don't have that butt feel. Maybe one of you guys has a butt kicker, but it's very easy to overpull in these fights
mhm,
or to mismanage your energy because we're kind of flying the numbers opposed to everything else.
yep.
So I'm not drawing a heart here, but I am drawing a type of fight. Obviously, it's the one circle fight.
Mhm.
We've talked about the rate fights. Why wouldn't we want to fly a rate here? Just out of curiosity, what kind of things happen in the one circle that we want to aim for to give us an advantage or to get
Um,
our nose around?
Speed. If we're not carrying a lot of speed, we can use the one circle to our advantage because we can move the make our circle very small, and
Okay.
hopefully the guy will flat in front of us.
All right, fly out in front of us. All right, cool. Brad, anything when you think one circle, I want you to start thinking about your radius fight. Are there any kind of numbers that are in your head for the radius fight? Whether it's G, whether it's AOA, whether it's speed.
Honestly, probably just maintain the 350. Maybe,
Why would
maybe
you do that?
just for
Just out of
energy
curiosity.
reasons for me. Although if it's a one circle, you kind of want to get around as quickly as possible. So you might
Yeah.
want to
So
sort
as
of keep the
we want our
350 for
best
now.
radius.
Yeah, keep the.
We want our. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say keep the 350 and then maybe sort of tighten it up so you're kind of, bleeding the energy and then getting around tighter. In the second half of the turn, maybe. I'm not really sure.
No, it's okay. I think it's a fair explanation. I'd say in a radius fight, we want to make our radius small. So in order to do that, we need to spend our speed, trade, pull a lot of G, get the aircraft around. But I'd like you today to try not to go below 120, and your target should be around 140 for you'll be able to sustain a small circle around this and
Okay.
then still do some energy excursion, so you'll be able to pull that nose if you're losing that merge. Um, so you get below 120, you're going to start slipping. You're going to stop being able to control the jet. Of course, we can get real slow in like 90 and below, but you're going to find you're just turning into a falling leaf at that point. Something happens in the one circle that I'm going to try to demonstrate today, and that's going to be a reversal. So we go from a one circle flow into aligned circles, which will then turn us back into a rate fight. I'm going to talk about it now. Drawing it's a little harder. So in this case, maybe I'll draw another one circle where I've got one fighter who's really buttoned up here. The other fighter's kind of going out. There's an advantage here or there's a time here when this fighter has gotten on the inside of their circle and will need to reverse and then take advantage and try to align their circles with the other guy. Um, just be careful whenever you do a reverse, whether you're an offensive and defensive BFN. I'm going to try to demonstrate some of those things today and talk about them in the TAC view cues, because it's, you can read all the documents you want, but until you're out there looking at the other jet and able to recognize those cues, it's a little harder to demonstrate on the ground with my shitty whiteboard here. So I hope just me talking about it, maybe you've already experienced this GIF, or yourself, Brad, having been a 2.1 grad and done this flight. But I want to see those good exchanges where you transition from the one circle into the two circle against the instructor. Take advantage of those things.
Gotcha.
If we go on one circle, the two circle, remember, there's always a fine balance, right? So if you find yourself in this position as this guy here, as the aggressor, you've got some winning cues, you reverse, but you need the energy. Be patient with yourself. I think one of the most common mistakes is that when you reverse in this one circle flow, Tomcat doesn't get punished as much for it because you can kind of just hit the burner and get your rate back up or your speed back up. But if you have to, do a low yo-yo, do some stuff to get your speed up, or be patient and keep the throttles in, and just follow the guy around. Don't lose the advantage that you've just gained with this reversal. So be patient with yourself, and we'll talk about it in the attack view if I see it comes up where you kind of lost it because you pulled too much or something. Any comments about that rambling lesson I just gave?
Nope.
Cool. It sounds like we're mostly on the same page. So one circle, two circle. I'm going to ask you when we're flying what kind of fight we're in. So expect that. When it comes to winning today, it's no holds barred. Like you can just go right out there and shoot. As the IP, I tend to like to not do the jousting, but you guys are welcome to do that as trying to win the fight. I've got nothing else I want to talk about unless you guys have questions about the one circle or scissors or just BFM stuff that you've struggled with in the past or anything.
No, I'm pretty good, I think.
Okay. All right, cool. I like it. Let's close the stream. And guys, bear with me a few moments. I'm going to check the training server. I'm going to put up a BFM mission there. So that'll just be a sec. And you can expect this to be on the training server. Your username can be whatever you want. I'm just going to use VFA81J. But if you have a call sign from last mission, that's fine as well. There's no harm in using something. All right, mission manage.
Are we going to stay in Discord or are we going to use SRS?
I think we'll stay on Discord if that's okay with everybody.
Nope, that works fine.
Yep.
I'm going to mute then temporarily while I shift over to my VR station.
Yeah, take your time, guys, and I'll talk about a couple other things once we're all up and running. I've got to start VR too, actually. VR.
All right, so we're doing some BFM. This is a good lesson. Very good lesson. So let's see what happens. Hopefully you'll be able to see the stream. I'm just going to test this, and I need a second monitor, I'll be honest with you, to monitor this little stuff, but we'll go with it. See if you guys can see the stream there. The window, no you can't. Okay, there we go. Sorry about the problem. There you go. Perfectly fine. Right. Which server is it? Main server?
He said the practice server is the one we're going to be in.
Training server. Okay.
Training server, yeah.
ACM.
They're really
training.
pushing that MiG-29, aren't they, with the new loader?
Yeah. It's nice to see an adversary aircraft get put in another one anyway.
Yeah. To make the Cold War servers a little interesting.
I haven't bought the new map actually. I was actually thinking about getting it, but then I turned it down because I'm just not gonna fly it, dude. I'm not flying it right now unless CVW-17 decide to take it on. I'm not gonna be
Right.
in single player flying it.
Yeah, like you said, it's at the end of the day, what maps do you all want to have unless you're going to fly them a lot?
Oh, I used to be that kid, mate. Well, I say kid, but I used to be that guy who used to buy everything that came out at one point. I say everything, but only things I was really interested in, but maps seem to be the one. But now I'm just realizing actually it's a waste of money. If I could sell half the modules that I have, I would. I don't want them, don't use them. It's no point. But it's a nice map to what I see, and people rate it highly, so that's good.
Yeah, it does look fantastic. Well, and I think it's the same group that did the Syria map, right? Which is I have flown on that a lot, and that's a good, very, very good map. So
Yeah, details are good, man. ED needs to step up his game and be honest.
I'm actually not seeing any online servers. What's going on?
Let's refresh mine just in case they've gone off. Oh no. There we go. August 23rd. Saturday. Interesting. Okay. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize the music's coming through the speaker there. Or mic.
Yeah, usually my space music's going in the background, so people will point it out. Yeah, as for the Germany thing, yeah, I own it. I've flown a little bit on it. I think like the only reason why I got it is because it was Ergra. The same people did Syria, but it in single player with nothing on it, it's running okay. But I've played a couple of Cold War missions now, and it's my system's having a hard time. So I was saying so Syria was the same way the first like 6 years, 6 months to a year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this last patch supposedly they optimized a bunch of stuff, or so they say.
Oh,
so.
they did. They did not. I don't pay the Nvidia tax, and as an AMD user, I am paying everything.
Oh,
Everything
sure.
is awful.
Yeah.
Everything is awful. The visuals all changed. Yeah, I had to check all my settings. My CPU is over 100% all the time now, or at 100% all the time now.
Yeesh.
I mean, it's fine. Like I've got a cooler that's keeping it cool, but yeah, I had a couple crashed desktops. It said it ran out of memory, which didn't make any sense. So
Yikes.
yeah, it's probably one of the worst tech patches I've had in a little bit.
Wow.
I flew all last night with the Kiowa and on a mission with shit blowing up. So I survived, so I can complain all I want, but it's game's still playable. And I feel like I like to complain, so I'll save you guys from it. I can bitch about this game all day.
Let's face
Yeah,
it, mate. I think
it's the
everybody's got problems with it.
It's the pastime.
Yeah.
So if you like to moan, maybe I should have mentioned the supercarrier to you.
I mean, the super carrier is.
I'm gonna set you off now, aren't I?
Well, it's what I told Kroner there a year and a half ago. I was like, it's my favorite animation. Like it's Super Carrier the movie. It's never done anything. It's never done anything but just be an animation. So that's my go-to line for it. And I think those kind of modules are just just bad for the community, bad for
Yeah,
business.
especially when they asked you to pay all that money for it as well. You know, and then you did, you got it, and then it's not.
Dude, my story is I used to be in a mixed Air Force Navy group, and we had a Discord bot. And stop me if I've told this before, but we had a Discord bot that would play the plat cam from the 3-wire, right? Because
Yeah.
the old carrier had that. So the super carrier is coming out, and we were getting all excited for boat stuff. And we're like, oh, we'll even buy a version of Super Carrier for our bot account. So we all pitched in and bought it, and then we realized they got rid of the plat cam. So,
Yeah.
so that failed.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh, what is this? Oh, it's just guys waving.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
still
Oh,
had.
but now they got light wands. I mean,
Oh
come on.
yeah. Well, no,
You know.
those didn't come right away. Those took a
That's what I mean. I mean,
minute.
and they keep talking about the whole ready room thing and everything else. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know. There's a group called V now, and one of their guys was real tech savvy. He had a ready room in TCS, and it didn't serve. Like it was kind of fun to be in, to load into, but for missions, like I need to watch a stream, so I don't really care about you or going under with the elevators. Like that's just not shit that pilots do. But
Yeah.
I remember the comments though were like, "Oh, it'd be so cool to go from inside the hangar and deck and then up the elevator and then on the catapult." I was like, "Sure, yeah."
Oh, the jet's already on the deck chained down when you go up there. They're not going to be going in through the hangar. I mean,
Well,
if you want to
well,
make your little avatar walk up the ladder, I mean, I suppose, but
I mean, I think that's you want to get into. Hey, I'm a role player too. I wouldn't mind being able to walk out and get into the jet. Sure, I think that's kind of interesting, but it's fun for maybe a month or two, and then it's just back to business as usual.
well, I don't know if you know this, but if you select the wallpaper from the super carrier, it puts you in the hangar deck
Oh yeah,
with a
okay.
Hornet. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't use it
does?
because for whatever reason, like you talk about going max CPU, for whatever reason, it goes like I hear all my fans going and everything, and it's like, yeah, but it's got a Hornet on the deck and it's painted in the old World War II livery, like an old Wildcat or
Oh,
something. It's pretty cool.
Well, just by
interesting.
selecting it as a wallpaper, right? Really?
Yes,
Or
Let's
yes.
as
have
a
a look.
theme, yeah.
Never done it. I've
It's
never
like the
done that. Let's have a
F-18
look.
theme. All right, Gif, I'm in the server.
Yep.
You still having trouble finding it, or you're
No,
good?
I'm good. I just restarted and all the server lists populated, so we're good.
All right, the way we'll run it, I think we've done this before, but I'll just like get on the fly screen and we'll just go 3, 2, 1, fly. And the first one's always free, so let me know when you're on the fly screen.
So which one do I
You should take the F-14 north or blue north, get into the blue guys and go north.
So it's blue F-14 Viz 111.
Yep, I think
Okay.
so. Should be good.
Okay, I think.
We start with a little more distance and in the main server, so you'll have a chance to toggle some stuff. But
Okay.
again, there's no missiles, so yeah.
Okay. I guess
Right,
I'm at the fly screen, so we'll see how this goes.
All right, no problem. So 3, 2, 1, fly.
The
All right,
hell
I'm
are
in
you?
the
Oh, hang on.
air.
In the air, but I do not see you. Did you take the north jet, or did I take the wrong jet?
Maybe I took the wrong jet, but I may have another issue here because I'm not seeing some controls. So backing out.
Yeah, no problem. Take your time with it, dude. You're good. So I'm just gonna look real quick on the blue because you're in there. Yeah, so the very top slot is F-14 blue BFM North. That's the one we want you to take.
Oh, gotcha. I didn't take the right one. Okay.
Yeah, no problem. And just let me know when you're back on the fly and you get your control shit figured out.
Okay, yep, everything's good.
Is the fuel set like correctly? Like, is it full fuel or is it half fuel?
For the blue fighters, I believe you're full internal.
Okay,
There's
that's
no
fine.
external, and we're pretty clean today, so it's just pure BFM
Cool.
nonsense.
Oh, that one. Okay, I skipped right past BFM North F15. Okay, so briefing. Okay, I'm at the fly screen.
All right, and 3, 2, 1, fly. Like I said, first one's free, dude, so don't sweat it too much. And got
I see.
you tally 1.
Tally.
All right, well, fight's on in the merge then. This is the other thing. I'm using MSAA, and I'm getting the like TX, the DLSS stuff. Like you've got a shadow on you.
Why?
Oh boy, I don't know. It shouldn't be like this. It wasn't like this before.
Okay, it's weird.
All right, what kind of fight are you in?
I thought I was going to do a 2-circle, but I got myself a little fast, so I went vertical to bleed some of that.
All right. What kind of fight is a vertical fight when we both go nose up into each other?
That's an interesting question. I don't
I'll
know
ask
the
it
answer
again
to
when
that.
we get a neutral merge. Oh, I like it. Some items out there. Some pretty fireworks for me.
Just reflex. You see a
That's
hornet
good,
high
it's good.
aspect like
Practice
that,
it,
you figure a
practice it.
9X is coming at your noggin.
Yeah, I hear that. That's a mistake.
Yeah, I thought I would try it.
You won't pay for it yet.
Ooh, the water's coming up fast.
Yes, it is. And it is dark. Oof. I'm not aiming though.
Oh, we're dead.
You can still do this.
One thing about the Tomcat, you gotta chop it up or it's not dead. Alexandra, I get a nice hit, see her smoking out. No, she is not. She is still dangerous.
Nice.
Nice one.
And I'm
Well done,
taking
mate.
the silk elevator.
All right, dude. First one's free, like I said, and I went a little harder than I probably should have there. So
No, that was fine. I made super bad mistake right away. Like I'm thinking, okay, and then as we were crossing each other, I'm like, oh, I'm like 480, so I was way fast. So I thought, okay, I'll pull a little harder. Um, and I just like I wasn't bleeding any speed. So even though I was maintaining the right AOA, I was still fast. So that's yeah, I was not
okay.
rating very well at all.
No problem. All right, we'll keep that scan up. Make sure you're targeting those air speeds. Make sure to release your slot too before you reselect it.
Oh yeah, let me. Oh, I hit fly.
No problem. I'm
I
gonna
meant
hit
to
it
hit
right away.
briefing. Okay.
Oh, hey, you're doing all the stuff we always end up doing. Oh, shit, I hit fly. Okay, no big deal. I'll hit fly right away. Okay, I got you, Tally.
Tally.
All right, remember you're allowed to move around a bit. Think about your game plan, your merge plan. All right, watch the deck.
Oh,
Oh no 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 no!
oh, dude, that was
transition.
inches, man, inches.
The problem is the water. You got the water like sea state 0, so it's like just a blue wash.
Yeah, there's a couple reasons why I did that.
Oh.
Sorry for laughing, dude. I don't mean to be.
No, that's fine.
It's just a good reaction. It got me.
I'm padlocked and I'm just dancing the vertical, trying to manage my airspeed, and it's like that blue looks awfully close.
Yeah, it was blue sky, blue ocean, no cloud. It's and the
Must
sun's
be even
right
more
overhead.
immersive as your VR as well, right?
Oh man.
It's it can be tough. It was giving me headaches here. We did like 50 sets with a bunch of students, and I was just like, at the end of it, I was like, oh, all I had in my eyes was blue and HUD. It burned me.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's brutal. All right,
Alright, dude.
I'm gonna try something different this time.
No problem. No problem.
All right.
I am back on the fly screen.
So am I.
All right, 3, 2, 1, fly. You can take a little break after this one. We'll get Brad in for a few, and then we'll talk
Okay.
about our fights. All right, I got tally 1.
Tally.
My VR is kind of off here. Come on, man. And I fight away in.
We're in a 2 circle.
Oh, that's
Nice
good. That's right.
jink, good jink.
Oh. Uh-oh, I hear bleeding hydraulic fluid. See how long she lasts.
You're fine.
You're fine.
Oh!
You're still fine. It's all right.
It's all good.
I'll, I'll send the rescue helo.
That's the thing, man. It's like in clean jets. As I pulled around, I thought, "Oh, hey, this is working good. I'm winning the one circle." And then all you have to do is tighten down on the horn, and it's like, just yeah.
So yeah, we got a lot of authority, and I'm not using the paddle or anything. I don't really need to pull that to get what I need from the jet to really button down. But it doesn't mean you can't stay defensive with your movement and your planning. We'll
Yep.
talk about a couple of things you can do by looking at the tac view. But overall, hey, you saw my nose come around. You made little squat of the jet. That was good stuff. Because I hadn't even pulled the trigger, and that's what I want to see. That's good.
Yeah, I saw the energy excursion coming and thought, well, I got one good jink in me. Let's see how it works out.
All right, when you're defensive against someone who kind of knows how to keep control, it's tough.
Mhm.
One thing that I'll do a lot of time is just kind of dump the jet, head to the deck, take it right down, try to force something down there. But yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, awesome.
Brad, you're up. Go ahead, jump into blue. You're looking for BFM F18 north, and
Gotcha. I believe I'm in the right slots. BFM North F18-1.
okay.
Oh, nasty.
And
There we go.
again, I'm on the fly screen, and your first one's free, so treat it as a warm up, but do your best.
Hey, fam. Right, at the fly. Ready?
All right, 3, 2, 1, fly.
Go. Share my screen, Gifford, as well. I didn't realize you can be sound effects as well, mate.
Sorry about sound effects.
I didn't realize Gifford comes with sound effects.
Okay. Yeah, he's.
I love it.
Too in VR. I do that too in VR. I'm like cranking my head. I'm like, and I'm breathing. And
It's
I
immersive. I like it.
Fighter pilot for a minute.
Oh yeah, it's legit. I can still see my parachute going down.
Yeah, it's gonna be good when we have a few of those in the sky. I lose these guys in the fight. Not really sure what that was, but okay. Nice skate.
I'm starting to go away from you. Make it 2 circle, but you and I. And now I've lost you. Tell you what, tally left.
We get some items out. Good stuff. Ink, not bad.
Oh, I'm still good.
Yeah, just but a flesh wound.
I mean, fly formation with it. That's the ultimate test.
All right. Still survived. It's fine. Right. So when we're at the merge for a 2 circle, I need to go left, don't I? Right? Or like turn away from you. If we turn away from each other, then we kind of 2 circle.
Let me ask you a question. Might help with this.
Mm-hmm.
Which fighter dictates the fight at the merge?
The one who's high, right?
Mm-mm.
I'm looking for a specific answer.
It's the guy who turns last.
The guy who turns last is exactly what I was looking for.
The guy who turns last. Okay, dictates it. Okay,
yeah.
that's fine.
So just keep in mind though that it doesn't mean that I haven't done some maneuvers that are going to influence your decision, right? So you saw me go kind of nose high. That would mean I'm going to probably go, into the vertical. If you see me and I turn across your tail, we're 2 circle. If you continue in a certain manner.
Okay.
These are the kind of cues we'll talk about. I'll simplify it this time by just staying and playing with you, and we'll try to force the 2 circle and see what happens. And I'm going to ask you if we're in the 2 circle or not. How's that sound?
Okay.
All right. So I'm on the fly screen.
Yep, I'm at the fly.
All right. 3, 2, 1, fly.
Okay.
And again, feel free to maneuver before the merge.
Okay.
if you want to. But yeah, think what you want to do, and I'm gonna just try to force a 2-circle on you.
Gotcha.
Okay, so what kind of fight are we in then?
1 circle.
After you... Perfect. I don't play by your rules, dude.
Altitude. Altitude.
See if you can't take advantage of that. Alright, so what kind of fight are we in now then?
Still a 1 circle, right?
Well, we're aligned circles. We want to be
Oh,
flying
so we're
rate.
rate fight now. Yeah.
Yeah, we want to make sure
Okay.
we get that transition going. I mean, if I was pulling like you, the way you were pulling before, we could have continued in the scissors. But
Okay.
yeah, you want to transition. You want to make sure you transition now, because I'm just going to beat you on the rate. So you're on the deck, defensive. All right, that's good. Getting your energy back up. Don't be afraid to go a little higher in 350 and get some altitude. Just keep your movements predictable though, and not too flashy, because you might see your bandit pull something. Just kind of raiding around the circle, raiding around. So you took some altitude, but you lost some positional, and it looks like you lost some energy as well. Well, that's not a good thing to do.
Nope.
I'm not even lucky I get you locked. You're lucky I can't aim. Really should have shot earlier, but okay. This is gonna be a snapshot drill for me, I guess.
Ah! Ah!
Oh.
Damn it.
Well, you're trying stuff at least.
Yeah.
I know
So
I
when
shouldn't
you're-
reverse, but go on.
When you're defensive, there's maybe I'll fly another neutral one with you, but when we're defensive like that and we don't really have the altitude to cash in,
Mm.
you know, when you see the nose coming, there's not a lot you can do. You kind of have to pull into it and then get ready to do a squat or jink, or you know, move out a plane as the nose comes in. And
Gotcha.
that's hard. I'm describing it, but it's hard. It's better just to try to show you, and I'll try to do that next time I'm defensive as the instructor. So.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna release that. We'll give you another one, then we'll review some tac view, and then we'll talk about some stuff and
Gotcha.
fly a couple more. All right, I'm on the fly screen.
On the fly.
All right, 3, 2, 1, fly. So although the Hornet is a 1-circle fighter, if you notice your other guy is kind of high energy, you can certainly take it into the 1 circle. But if you are also quite high energy, you may want to just take a 2-circle for that first merge.
Okay. Gotcha.
Food for thought. All right, what kind of fight are we in?
I don't know.
So when
I'm
noses go
sorry.
up like that, it's still a one circle fight. We're just working with God's G. Because
Okay.
nose to nose, right? And I also like to call that the clubbing baby seals maneuver. Because usually a new person to BFM doesn't know how to deal with it.
Nice one. Nice one.
Sorry, Dan.
That's cool.
I'm gonna give you one more. We'll try.
No, it's okay, mate. It's fine. Let's go look at the tack view.
Okay. Let me tap out of VR.
Okay. That's good stuff.
You know, one thing with BFM, like I'm going against you guys, and I'll just say, like, it's all about reps. Like I've been teaching this for a couple of years in 17. So when I started, like I try to pretend I know what I'm talking about, and and eventually you get to a place where you start recognizing things, and that just comes from doing a lot of sets. So don't feel too bad if you're struggling initially, but we'll try to give you some good examples so you can start making good decisions around your fighting.
Gotcha.
But today I was just kind of kicking the shit out of you there. Sorry about that. I'm
Yeah,
try
don't be
to
sorry,
show
mate.
you on the
It's the only
next
way we're
thing.
gonna learn.
Well, not really. I'd rather show you some stuff and make some mistakes against you, and then talk about it in the attack view. But
No,
all right,
you just let us make the mistakes.
yeah, or like try to massage you into some advantages. Like I find that works sometimes too. But anyway, I digress. I've got two people selected here. I'm just gonna actually pause my VR. Give me 1 sec. Yeah, the Oculus 3 has pass through and it's pretty good, but I don't know if it's these glasses I have now or what, but it's kind of bugging my eyes. All right, here. This is our first set. So got SRS clicking for some reason because I'm pressing the arrows. All right. I talked about it in that last fight. Generally, if you see a fighter go vertical, they're aiming to, do a one circle pull because I'm going to bleed a bunch of energy and then I'm going to have God's G on my side as I come over the top. So more or less, you're in a one circle. You want to be thinking about it as a one circle even if you stay in plane here. So basically, get your butt around, make a really small circle so that they can't do this.
And like I said, in this case, I screwed up. I was carrying way too much smash the whole time.
0.873. Now I end up a little fast here as well. I think coming down off of this next one. Let me bring these ribbons down so it doesn't look like the Olympics. All right. So yeah, I'm just gonna let it play out. Kind of in the washing machine. When I asked you before what kind of fight you're in, there's that transition I talked about in our short brief or short talk, where we go from either two circle or misaligned circle, but they're all the same type of fight, or aligned circles, and it's just like it's a rate fight. So once you've transitioned, you want to be thinking rate, except for in certain points of opportunities, you might want to reverse do a one circle. And here you almost force some of that stuff, right?
Yeah.
You go up, you got lots of speed, I've got to chase you. What does this do to the Hornet? Well, it's definitely, I'm going to bleed some energy. So these are things you can think about to kind of get your advantage back or to set it neutral.
Yeah, and my whole game plan on this first one was just to try to stay with the rate fight because I'm trying to learn how to keep that corner speed in the Tomcat.
Okay.
But
I like it.
yeah. And I made the faithful. This is like a newbie thing, right? We just like see there's like, oh, I know a good maneuver, I'll reverse, which is like the worst thing to do.
Yep,
Yeah,
that's my
in
thing.
my old group, in my own group, we had a lot of new people, and it was like, oh, reversing is what wins because we're all new, right? So we're all fighting new people making silly mistakes. And it's
Mhm.
like, no, guys, like do not carry that mantra forward. It works today because we're all pretty
Yeah,
bad.
yeah, and the problem is like here I can see the cue. I'm definitely losing, so then I'm thinking, well, I got to do something. So then I reverse,
Yeah.
and it's not. I just make it worse.
So I'm gonna think about how to teach reversals, kind of like what I've seen. There's a nice video that Growler Jams put out. He's in the T45, and they're doing this kind of drill, defensive BFM,
Mhm.
and they're trying to get the student to recognize when to reverse. So the way I've had it described is basically you're gonna pull the shit out of the jet until you know the other guy is going to do the same, and then when you're both energy low, that's when you can start thinking about a reversal, and
Sure.
for
Yeah,
obvious
if I would
reasons.
really clamp down on it and try to force the overshoot, then it might have worked out. Rudder it over, kind of thing.
Yeah,
But
I
yeah,
mean,
this is too much separation.
that's it. I've still got tons of energy. I didn't pull with you either. Like had I pulled, like I might have had a snapshot. You reverse whatever. There's other things that could have went on, but yeah, that was just the wrong place to reverse. So I don't punish you for it right away because I'm just not that good. But I am going to keep controlling my position until I get a better shot, and it's really just about patience. All right. Anything you want to see there or talk about on
No,
your end?
no, it was pretty clear what was going on there.
No problem. All right. Let's push the tape forward, and we're back to the fight. So there was an anecdote on one of the Tomcat podcasts. Snodgrass would go put the wings out and still fly kind of fast. As a Hornet driver, I do watch what you guys are doing as we come to the merge. But
Yeah, his thing was he'd pull the breakers and have the wings swept, but he'd only be going like 350.
that's what it is. That's the better
Yeah,
word.
yeah, to make
Yeah,
it look like he's going like a,
yeah, bat
skull
out of hell.
boat.
Like, yeah. So, yeah, I think that kind of stuff, it definitely works. PvP. It won't work against the AI, but
Yeah,
um, yeah, my goal here, like my whole thing is I'm just watching your energy a lot of the time, especially against a Tomcat, because I need to manage mine really well. So if I see you doing stuff like trying to be a Hornet, I'm going to try to just keep it neutral
try him
as
with the reverse
possible.
again. Oh, I think here I was a deck transition though.
Yeah, it was. I said
Yeah, look
watch
at the nose
because
high.
I yeah I saw 1,000 feet and I'm already kind of nose low and I start pulling around. Where we at here? We're still at 2,000, so you're gonna see me transition a little earlier. I'm like, watch the deck.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
padlocked on you, and all of a sudden I'm like, holy cow.
yeah, that water's coming up fast.
Yeah,
Uh,
wings level. Hold it, hold it.
yeah,
Okay.
there was an F4 video from Turkey there, almost
Oh,
smashed the
yeah,
other
that's exactly what that guy
guy. Yeah.
did.
So, yeah, and I mean, once you've done a deck save like that, if the other guy's not nearly as energy low, then you're
Yep.
kind of just back where you were or worse. And that's what you see
Yep.
here. Here's
Yeah.
the or worse part. But overall, I like what I'm seeing. I think just got to get used to managing your jet a little bit better.
Oh yeah.
You seem to recognize a lot of the BFM stuff. And here I'm going to do the vertical again. This is just me punishing you guys all
And
day.
this is me trying to do the same thing though. Reason why I turned late is I was going to try and force the one circle.
Hmm.
So I just put my vector on you, and it seemed like after the first turn I was gaining some angles, but then I mean the Hornet's just so much better at this.
Uh, okay, I'm gonna talk about
You're
something.
so much better at it.
Let's talk about the vertical fight then, just because we're in it, gonna be in it here in a second. Now, there's two ways to fly the vertical, right? Like if all things are neutral and the other guy does it almost immediately as you pass,
Mhm.
what's the better thing to do? Is the better thing to go higher, or is the better thing to lock down into the radius? And this
Uh,
is for
higher
the
probably,
vertical.
right? Because the first guy to go nose low is going to be the guy with a disadvantage.
So here's the kicker to that. If you keep climbing, I mean, with the Tomcat, I think you can get away with it. But if you see the other guys pulled in, they can now do what? And maybe,
Oh, they could reverse
yeah,
if
they're
they've got
gonna
the energy.
just like I'm gonna draw this as a horizontal. Like in a regular one circle, you're trying to make that circle as small as possible to make a neutral merge or to get
Mhm.
it on the inside, right?
Yeah.
So in the same way in the vertical, we can think about it a little differently though, because you're absolutely right. Hey, if I go a little higher and I've got the energy, he might get a snapshot, but I'm still gonna have a bunch of energy to kind of catch up, and they've pulled all their energy, right? I think that's where you were going with that. Like
Yeah.
I've expended my stuff uh, in the one circle advantage. I've kind of used up all I had. Now I've either got to keep going down, and at that point you can reverse take advantage, or if we're equal in aircraft and kind of in state, I should say, if we both go up, one of us has to run out eventually and then change direction. So
Mm.
uh, it's a little hard to demonstrate. We'll see what happens here. I think you go more in plane on the horizontal, but I've already started pulling. I'm kind of ahead in the game plan, and although we're coming more or less neutral, there's a nice bit of space between us, and because I've
Mhm.
got God's G, I'll be able to reverse here and pull the shit out of the jet
Oh, okay.
and take advantage of that. Now you start going down, which is good. Like it keeps us neutral, and then we're more or less transition now back into the raid fight.
Yeah. Yeah. It was like amazing how much quicker that your jet came around. I was like, oh gosh, this didn't
Yeah,
work out how I envisioned it.
yeah, and for the Hornet, like this is why you see a lot of guys do this on PvP servers. If you've ever watched any of the competitions, this was really early on in the Hornets game plan, and the Tomcat did a really good job at doing the same thing. You guys had a little bit of a power advantage.
Mm.
So once we start descending, though, we're going to be pretty equal in terms of jet. Fen might have some better words on that than me. Because I just don't understand this stuff quite as well. But I hope you recognize here, like we've gone from that one circle, and the only reason why I'm
Yep.
able to reverse and pull in is because I've got the altitude and
Yeah.
energy
Yep.
on my side. I'm going to cash that in. So we want to pull that rate fight. Really good jink here. I think squatting it towards the deck is great. I would have kept that and just pulled the shit out of it. Tried
Oh,
to
sure.
force the
Instead of
scissors
doing the jink
instead of
reverse.
the reverse. Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Yep.
I just have all the angles. I've got speed. I haven't pulled all the way yet. I think if you jink and then pull hard and just try to survive
Force
that
the
nose.
overshoot.
Yeah, you could call it that. I like to just I like to just say, hey, we're gonna transition to something more neutral, which is
Sure.
you would
Okay.
pull and then reverse, and then we would be in a scissors.
Or
It's
as
the only
Maverick
thing
would say, hit the brakes and you'll fire by.
yeah, yeah. It doesn't quite work out that way, I think. But you hit the brakes like that, you're just a big pancake for me to, or a
Yep.
big
Yep.
cookie for me to take a bite out of. But yeah, doing the reverse was the mistake, and you pay for it here. Not a big deal. Um, all right, cool. Some good stuff though, and listen to you talk, you seem to recognize what's going on. So I'll
Hmm.
take that as a win. Just got to keep working it.
Yeah.
All right, Brad's on the chopping block this time. First one's free, dude. You go nose low. I'm gonna go down nose low. What was the game plan? You talked about it in the air, Brad, but I'll let you review it again.
I think that I was trying to match what you were doing. I wanted to see. I don't know.
You don't know? Okay, no problem, dude.
I don't know.
We're gonna come up. Or sorry, I misdid that because I'm the red jet. I'm stupid. So I'm gonna go nose low to start, and then you're gonna copy me. So I made this mistake against Weeds the other day. Um, his whole thing, and I'll give away the game plan, is that when we come to the merge, I'm nose high now, and you're nose low. So if you're not paying attention, I'm gonna be able to do this one circle stuff in the vertical a little easier.
Okay.
The only counter to this that I can think of off the top of my head, you can maybe try later, in plane one circle, because you know the other guy's going vertical, or just stay level and take it vertical when you see them go vertical, because they're gonna have a bunch of energy.
Okay.
Or they're probably gonna have a bunch of. take a look at that VFC and see if you can't figure out how fast they're going.
Nice.
So let me look at some of this here. We're going to merge. You said you were trying to take a 2-circle here, so let's monitor your speed. Getting kind of slow, so you're kind of just pulling. And that's not terrible because you saw a jet coming around, so you just want to try to create a smaller distance. But I'm just going to control it. So we're going to head to the deck. Not a bad game plan when you're defensive, but I'd say take it all the way down and just manage your speed on the way down.
Okay.
Little jink. Not a bad try. I think the squatting the jet takes a lot of practice too. So like I talked about with GIF, when we're in this defensive part, there's not a whole lot we can do against a smart fighter. Just try to pull them in, reel them in, reel them in. When we get them, watch that nose. When we get close, do a little jinky stuff. But the idea is you're trying to get them in close so that you can really pull and then reverse.
Okay.
That's about all we can do. You can do that at the deck, and there's more mistakes can happen from each fighter, but it's more dangerous for both people. But when you're defensive, you're going to do a lot of desperate things.
Gotcha.
We talked about it. I was trying to do the 2-circle, and then you just pulled into me. So that, like we said, the last fighter, the turn dictates. When I recognize you've gone 1 circle, I'm going to continue to pull, and this is my trick for the Hornet. I'm actually going to go a little nose down so I get around a little faster as well. We're more or less, I've got a slight advantage here, so I'm going to go up. And you're going to try to force the 1 circle again, which is
Should have gone right
just
there.
fine. I mean, you're trying to set up a scissors, right? Because if you continue, I'm going to end up reversing on you, and we're going to end up back into a right fight with not quite as line circles, but so it's not a big deal keeping it 1 circle. We're both pretty low in energy, about the same. I'm going to see you go down, which means, hey, he's got energy, but I'm going to extend here. And it does give you an opportunity, and you do luckily take advantage of it. That's what I like to see.
Missed.
Saw the nose coming, shots missing. Energy is really low though, and guess what? I'm rating, so I'm just going to hold that. Just going to walk away from you. You're going to go down. I'm going to follow. Just going to try to keep it neutral for a bit. And now we're nearing the deck. We're 2,000 feet. Really slow. Cross circle. We should be thinking about the rate fight here.
I believe we are, yeah. Get the speed back up.
Look at the speed difference. I'm a little fast here. You see, I'm indicated 380, so that's like the top end of where I want to be because I'm gonna start losing my rate. But you see how quickly I come around my circle while you're just pulling your turn.
Yeah.
And yeah, this transitional stuff, Brad, this is the stuff. If you can get this in your head, when you start realizing it's happening in the moment, you'll start doing a lot better. You'll keep things neutral for longer. And it's really tough against an equal fighter because you guys you'll just sit there until someone does something. And that's okay sometimes, but it's better than being defensive. So we want to rate around. You end up getting there again. I'm going to start rating with you though. Just being patient, like I talked about in the brief. Couple of reverses. We talked about those mistakes already, so I'm not going to repeat them here. So you're just trying to stay alive, which I do this too. I think it's a fair amount just to jump around when the jet. Just try to do something to stay alive, and that's what I want to see. It's easy to get defeated here. Fortunately, it turns into a deck kill.
Maneuver kill.
It's all good though. Just keep fighting, and besides that, no big deal on the rest. We'll talk about it here, and that's why we do it. That's why I practice it. So I'm more on the go. I'm going to do the same lane maneuver, a little down, a little up. I'd ask you, but I'm sure you're, like you said, you don't really remember. You saw me go up. You started with the same kind of thing, but you kind of then go flat. What was do you remember what you were thinking here? What you were trying to?
Maybe that you were coming over faster, and I didn't want you get your nose on me again. But I don't know. Okay. I wanted to off place a little bit, offset.
No problem. So you do take it up. my mistake here is I could have just pulled the shit out of the jet and got it around earlier, but I was just kind of following you,
Playing with your
trying to do
food,
the
aren't you?
Top
There we
Gun
are.
Maverick. I mean, yeah, that's it. Because you're kind of energy low with the two maneuvers together. Um, I think you end up energy low. Let's just watch your speed. Yeah, your speed's coming down. I'm already down, but because I turned a little earlier, I'm there already. And you just keep coming up while I'm just getting my energy back. The only thing you can do in these situations is like try to look out, see what the other guy's doing. And when I talk about energy management, it's something that took me a long time to learn as well.
Hmm.
Watching the other jet and watching these tac views is what helped me realize what I'm doing affects the other guy, and what I see the other guy doing, I can manipulate or I can plan for. So if I see a low energy aircraft, I can start thinking about certain maneuvers. If I see a high energy aircraft, I can think about certain maneuvers. Getting that in your head and teaching it, like I wish we had a better way to show you guys how to recognize this stuff, but it just comes down to reps. So when I look out across and I see a nose high Hornet, I know he's probably losing quite a bit of speed. If I see you pulling a lot, I know you're losing a lot of speed. So it's gonna make me decide what I want to do. I see a nose high Hornet, I'm already low. I'm gonna level it out, try to get my energy back. So if I have to, I can extend and outrate you. Or if I see you really pulling the shit out of it and somehow God's G helps you out, I can just start pulling as well and keep it neutral. And that's what happens here. I start pulling the jet back. You're going nose low. I think you could have just pulled a little harder, and at best you could have maybe jinked here. But I saw you coming down my screen. Let me just take a look at my HUD here. When I look out, I see this, and there's a little plus sign here in our HUD. I'm
Hmm.
just trying to align that with where you're headed, and you'll see me do that. There's the X. I don't even need to have you locked up. I'm just going to spray and pray, and wait
Gotcha.
for you to drive through that. That was a lot of rambling, dude.
That's good.
Any
Thank you.
questions about that? Yeah.
No, I think I
So
got some takeaways. So
yeah,
happy days.
just from watching both of you guys go, just keep a game plan in your head for the start watching the other guy. And I know that's there, you're already thinking about a lot of stuff, so I don't blame you if you can't remember all this rambling I'm talking about. But try to pay attention to energy state of your opponent too. Like look across, think about what they're kind of doing. When we have them in our HUD, Brad, we got that VSC, so the
Hmm.
neutral or that initial merge, you can see if the guy's doing 500 plus knots, because you'll be at 350 and you'll see the closure at 1,000. It's like, okay, well, what's the difference there? It's 700 knots. So that shouldn't it shouldn't really be the case all the time, but you can kind of do some quick maps to give you an idea where that might go. But generally in this high aspect one, you'll see a lot of two circle starts from a Hornet, or you'll see a lot of the vertical. And that's about it for my rambling for now. Yeah, let's do a couple more. You guys can go against each other for 3, and then the winner of that can go against me for 3.
Okay. Cool. Sounds good.
Does that sound good? All right, cool. GIF, I'll give you the keys to say 3, 2, 1, fly. And just remember, guys, uh, excuse me, I haven't done the red F-14, but I think Alexandria has, so it should be okay. If it
Okay, so
isn't, just do a quick.
change to the red side and
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Okay,
Go.
BFM
Just
North aggressor. Okay.
yeah, that's it. And you know what? For the last one, I'll go into an F5 just for shits and giggles, because I think that'd be fun for you guys.
Sure.
I might need to get the
All right,
magnifying glass out.
I am at the fly screen.
Okay, I'm at the fly too.
All right, 3, 2, 1, fly.
Go. All right.
Tally.
Tally. Tally 1.
Tally ho.
Ho ho ho. Here we go.
Oh,
No.
going down.
You still flyable?
Yeah. Nice one.
Thanks, man. That was aggressive. All right, I'm ready when you are, mate.
Yeah, let me drop the thing. Release back in. All right. 3, 2, 1, fly. Sorry.
Yeah, it's good.
I actually clicked fly. I'm so bad at that.
That's all right.
Tally.
Yep, tally one.
Altitude. Altitude.
Oh crap! Where'd he go? Oh, there you
I'm not telling.
are. Give me a that long.
I'm at 20,000 feet.
Oh. Oh, you're right on the water there. Oh, goodness.
Oh,
He ejected. Oh my goodness.
a clean Hornet versus a clean Tomcat is no.
Man, I got a
no
huge
match.
bicep down, man. I'm freaking pulling the crap out of that stick.
Oh.
Oh my
All
goodness.
right, all right. I got
Wow.
one more game plan to try. We'll see how this goes.
I think they can do pretty good against each other. But I'll mention when you see your opponent doing stuff at the deck, like going high, don't be afraid to extend if you need to get your rate back
That's
or
what I
do
was
this.
trying to do, but he just still has so much more stick authority down there. It's crazy. I mean, yeah, yeah. I was relaxing but all I did is open it up, and he just pulled right around on my tail.
No, I hear you, but like you see him go high, maybe match him. That way he doesn't have that height advantage anymore,
Oh,
and
gotcha.
you still have your guts. You know, you still get the burner and the cans to keep you a little more energy available when you get up there.
Yep.
Uh,
Nice.
Okay, I'm at the fly screen. Ready?
Yep. Yep.
3, 2, 1, fly.
Nice.
Tally.
What am I doing? There we go. Tally one. Right to right. Here we go.
We went up. Now where do we go? Pull, 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 pull.
Ah!
Altitude. Altitude.
Oh my God, he did a cobra.
I have to pull iron then. He's pulling his nose on me. I was like, nope, I've got nowhere to go. I've got to go up. Ooh, unlucky. For me. Get my speed back here. 1,300, we're good. That's 200. Turn to where you were. Here we go. Passing 3.
Oh shit! Shoot! 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 Oh yeah,
It's alright. Still good.
the old rat out's going off. I don't think it was set very high either.
What if it helps, mate? I lost you.
Oh, that's not you. That's parachutes. Oh, there you are.
Roll out, look for him. Roll out, look for him. Where is he gone? Where's he gone? Ah, no idea. Keep turning. Actually, you know what? No idea. Tally, 6 o'clock. I see you down there. Whoa! Pull, 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 pull. Alright. Oh, you lucky mother. There we go.
Whoa! Whoa! Hey, no ramming.
No rules. Sorry. I know you want to keep your precious jet. I don't know what damage you did.
Altitude.
No visual.
Altitude.
Tally. Actually, you know what? That's a bad idea. Keep going, keep going. 375. Still got visual. Okay, fuel 3.9.
Or you're in a
God
raid
dang.
fight.
Yeah, he's outrating me.
Come on, I'm gonna spend all my energy now and try and make this work. Yes!
Oh, nice shot. Nice shot.
My goodness.
Well, at least I made it an epic struggle.
You definitely, mate. Honestly, my my biceps really big now because it's pulling the crap out of the stick. You know, it's
Oh,
ridiculous.
that was good. Well, and like I had the classic turn circle recognition thing, drove into the control zone, but it's like I could just see him stepping away from me. It's like, yeah.
I'm wondering if 320 isn't a little bit slow, but for your raid, but
And
I feel
maybe
like maybe as you get lighter, it gets a little better. But Yeah, the Hornet does rate really well.
Well, and they're both like clean jets too. There's no drag on them. So I think there's different. Like if you're pulling center line and some AIM-9s, there'd be a different
Oh yeah,
different
definitely.
aspect to it. So
yeah, definitely.
I'm just making excuses.
And that's the thing is whenever I have a center line, I definitely do struggle a lot more against the Tomcat, just in terms of performance. It turns it into a different jet for sure. But that looked pretty good. You did damage him. You got some nice
I
hits
did. I
on
got
Yeah,
I
you
got
got
a
a shot
good
off.
controlled gunshot on him, and just not enough to take him out, and he was still flyable. But it was good. That was awesome fight.
Cool. My only other comment is just because you see the guy going low doesn't mean you have to follow him down there. But
Mm.
you know, maintaining some aspect on them so they don't all of a sudden reach up and grab you too is a good thing to think about. But all right, Brad, you got all three. You get to fight the marvelous F5 for shits and giggles.
Yeah, but that's tiny, man. He's get the magnifying glass out.
Yeah, when
I
they're
can't
nose
see
on,
that.
man, they are really tough to see.
Or if you can make a decision. I'll give you the F16 or the F5. You choose which one you want to go against.
Just remember,
Mate.
he's smoky though. Use those smoky engines to your advantage.
I don't know. You pick, mate. I'm good.
All right, I'll take out the F16 just because it'll be a little more equal, and I'll give
Cool.
GIF an F16 run too because he's talking about two circles. So, all right, let me turn on some things. How do I do this again? There we go. Dogfight mode. Where you at? No,
Oh,
there it is.
okay. One sec.
Oh, sorry. I clicked fly. My bad. I didn't do the 3, 2,
That's
1
okay.
fly.
We'll reset.
Okay.
I'm just.
I'm gonna reset here in a sec too. I need to review some sticks.
Cool. Ready when
Right,
you are,
okay,
mate.
that's how you. All right, yeah, I just had to remember the keys to be able to lock people up. Release and set. All right, on the fly, 3, 2, 1, fly.
I'm nervous now.
And tally 1.
Get him, Brad.
You make me sweat. This is a
Yeah,
real workout.
I feel really weird all of a sudden. Like I'm sitting too high in this jet. Okay, there we go.
You definitely have a good field of view.
I mean, that's why I like it. It's awesome to sit in, but everything else, I just wanted to.
No, yeah, the avionics in that jet are designed by some drunk dude. The whole dauber thing on the ICP is just, yeah.
Okay. If you want to do that, you can. Oh, that's bad.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, that's a lawn dart.
Yeah, it's a lot dart. My
Oh, wicked!
my VR went no, and I stopped being able to look forward.
Oh.
So I was like, oh, I need to pull because I see the
Tracking
altitude
kill.
going down.
VR tracking kill.
Let me try
Was
that
it-
one again.
I'm gonna say it's my presence, mate. You know what I mean? I think that's what
Yeah,
that's what
exactly.
It's intimidating them right out of the sky.
Why not? Ready to fly when you are, mate. You count down. It's all good.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna switch to the F5 because I'm like that jet for some reason just felt really wrong all of a sudden. So I need to go check my binds.
Yeah, it's because it's Air
All
Force.
right.
We don't want to be Air Force.
Yeah, it's Air Force exactly. Yeah, 3, 2, 1, fly. Not that this is gonna be end any better, but it might be a little longer of a fight.
Oh, it's not an F5, it's a MiG-28.
Yeah, we're fine.
Ooh, I am not Tally though. Did I select the wrong slot?
No, I'm not Tally. I see it.
Yeah, I don't
Not-
see.
I'm just gonna go on the
Where's this
F10 map
one
here and
broken?
cheat. Nope. Okay.
It's
Oh, you're all the
disabled,
way over
yeah.
there. Oh, hang on. Am I in the wrong place?
Make sure you select.
Maybe I'm in the wrong place. Oh, sorry, dude.
Alright.
Yeah, no, I went south.
No problem. All right.
I went away for the fire. I was intimidated. Okay, cool.
All
That's
right, I'm
reset
back
the
on the
flight.
fly for north aggressor.
North of yeah. All right, ready?
Yeah, 3, 2, 1, fly.
Okay. Right. Sorry about that.
It's all good. All right, now I got it. We'll race back out there. Wish it wouldn't set you at 40 miles though.
Yeah, the F5 might be out of gas before you get there.
Yay! Smoky Joe.
Smoky Joe, I like that. Oh, I'm already overGing it. The wings off.
You'd be doing me a
happens
favor.
when you lose all the nice stuff of the modern jet. I gotta use my rudder pedals too, I forgot. No. I can't look forward sometimes though, that's no good.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Altitude. Altitude.
Oh, I did it. I was like, okay, I just gotta play the buffet, and I just pulled a little bit too hard as I saw you coming.
You probably had it overstressed. There's already a stress crack in the wing.
Yeah. God damn it. All right. Give me one more, because I want one more in the F5, because I know I can
Yeah,
do
sorry,
better
mate.
than
It's fine. There's a reason why they retired them, right?
that. They're still flying, dude. They're still flying.
Yeah. It's a good
aggressive.
MiG-21 stand-in.
Well, now because of the modern systems, they do a lot more than that. But
Well, and the Iran has a version they make that's got twin tails.
yeah, I saw. Was it the Sharkif or something?
Yeah.
Starts with an S. I'm on the fly, Brad. When
You
you're
on the
ready.
fly yet? I'm good.
Yeah. All right. 3, 2, 1, fire.
Twin tail F5. Oh, I don't like the sound of that.
Their Shaid is my favorite of all their monstrosities that they have. They have this really boxy looking Bell helicopter knockoff.
Oh yeah.
You take so long to get into view. Oh, I did it. I did the Tomcat roll. That's it.
Yep.
I'm done. I'm done already. I shouldn't have done this. I regret all my decisions already.
Well, if it helps, I can't see you now. Oh, there you go. Nope,
If
I
it
lost
helps,
you.
I can't see you.
There you are.
Altitude.
Okay. Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. When it makes that dinging sound. Ooh! When it makes those bullet sounds. I'm out. Alright, I'll give you the win. I just
Yay.
can't fight neither of those jets today.
It's alright, go back in the F-18.
Go back to 18. I'll give GIF one more, and I'll do it in an F5 as well.
Yep, Gift, you want to take my
Okay.
spot?
Yeah. Let me get back over to Blue Guys.
Blue guy. Right.
And we'll call it a day after watching some TAC View. Unless you
Yeah.
wanna do
Okay. I am at the fly screen.
You want the 16 or the 5?
I'd like to go against the Freedom Fighter, the F5.
The F5, no problem. Yeah, I like it when it's an F14A versus this guy because it 3, 2, 1 fly. Because I already clicked it. But yeah, because I played the AI BFM mission and I can survive that.
Hmm.
I think it's just the AI is a terrible F14 pilot.
Yeah.
Where is my dogfight? Whatever. I don't have missiles anyway, so I don't need to look at you. Oh yeah, that fucking lazy. good when I gotta look down and then look out and hopefully you're still in that piece of sky. I gotta use rudder, man. Stop it. Stop doing these aileron rolls. They don't work. So much better than this. I gotta go take my F5 out for a couple of dates, I guess. Forget how to fly it. Alright. Oh, that's not good. Don't do that. Yeah, beep, 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 beep. Here comes the nose. No. No, no. No, no. No, no, here we go. I lost you now, I'm dead.
Oof, lovely.
Eesh. See if you can deal with this. Yeah, bye, you two-engine loser. I can't believe you can just fucking go up like that in a Hornet, and now I'm in an F5 and it hurts even more. I'll give him one of these. I call it the flying leaf.
Oh, what the heck?
Jesus Christ.
Dude, if you're really getting annoyed with him, man, just fuck
I've
Stewie's
never seen an
ass.
F14 this close.
It's intimidating, isn't it?
Well, especially in the scissors when I can't match you at all. Thank God you don't have a good aim, Pipper.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. 300 knots, yeah. I don't run out of gas before you. We'll be in good shape. Can I run away in time? Nope. Man, this fighter is so cool, but it's so slow. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, the rudders are feeling good again. A little too slow though. Here we go, give it. And out. And one of these. And one of those.
Very nice.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
This is a really nice dogfight that I'm watching right now.
Someone talking about avoiding collisions earlier. I think that came out of your mouth.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, not enough. Not enough. This is the best look I had all day.
It's like a little mini air show.
Like a mini air show, yeah. It's like I'm watching Top Gun live.
Oh my god.
I see the ocean. I don't want to see the ocean. I mean, you're going way up there. You just finished me off, dude. Just do it.
It's coming down.
I'm trying. I'm trying, trust me. I can't. Those snapshots just don't work with this jet. It's like I don't know where the bullets are gonna go. I
Yeah,
need the
it's
track. I need the tracking shot to even have a remote chance.
Yeah, it's pretty small.
Oh, watch the deck. Oh, you're dead.
Yeah, I know.
No, you're so close. And you. Oh my goodness. Wow.
Okay. Yeah, this is not good. I don't like the look of that. One more time for good luck. Give her. Yeah, there you go. Good thing I see tracers. We saw those bullets. And then give him one of these.
You giving him the finger?
Oh, god damn it. I'm just too slow.
Dude, you're surviving, man, which is incredible.
Yeah, he's doing great. Well, he's doing great just because he doesn't have anybody who can shoot behind him.
So what I'm seeing like for the last minute is there's a lot of separation, which is good, which is what you want. So you're extending, you're getting that separation there, which means you're coming in for the re-attack, and then it's finding that window of
There we
that
go.
was no good.
opportunity.
That was no
Nice
good.
one.
There
nice
we
one.
go. I
Pulling-
finally got a
pulling
lock and a
right.
tracking shot on you.
I
That's
was
all it
pulling
took.
right into it too. I was like, I gotta kick the rudder or gonna die here.
And I have 130 rounds left.
Nice job,
Yeah,
man.
no, that was fun. I'm
No,
That was
sweating.
awesome. That was awesome.
Cool.
But it's wild when you're fighting a third gen fighter like that, and you see like when they built the F-14, how the authority you have in that slow regime against those fighters is crazy. And then
Yeah,
it's the opposite when you're fighting against the F-18s. It's like fly-by-wire jets are just nuts. Cool. I
think
feel
what
so
I
much better now.
Yeah, I think what I appreciate about the Tomcat 2 is just you're still flying that jet, like you mentioned, the flight system and the Hornet. Yeah, I'll use the rudders, but the rudders are also commanding other things, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So in the F5 though, I have to use the rudder, especially high AOA, just like you
Oh
guys,
yeah.
or you lose it. It just
And
it'll
that's a
stand out.
habit you don't get from flying the Hornet. Like you said, when you're high AOA, you don't roll the jet with ailerons, you roll it with the rudders.
Exactly, because you're just gonna stall the wing that you're rolling towards, or you're pointing the joystick at. All right, cool. Let's check out some tag view then. Take
Yeah,
off
let
this
me
VR
let
again.
me switch. I'm gonna mute for a second. I'll be there in 2 shakes.
That's some good stuff.
All the best dogfighters I know are guys who play the old World War or the World War II games. I shouldn't say old games because they're still pretty modern, but I'm pretty sure Fenn comes from that realm. There's a guy I knew that used to kick our butt all the time in a Canadian group. He used to play those games all the time. So, all right.
I tried
All right.
IL2 for a while. That was pretty decent, and kind of haven't really
Yeah,
gone back for a while.
I think that'd be fun if the guys are into doing. I haven't done any real World War II PvP stuff or even PvE stuff really. Be a
Yeah, that'd
fun
definitely
change
be
of
fun.
pace.
I haven't. What do I want to say there? I have the spit in this sim, but yeah, I never really did World War II in this. It just felt really janky. Some of this stuff. Now there's been a ton of improvements since I last spent any time, but I know there's dedicated groups out there. As for IL, I know it's the sim. I see some cool videos on it. I just never got
Oh
around.
yeah. Yep.
Too busy giving ED my money.
Yeah. Yep.
whatever company they are.
I'm hoping, man. I don't know if they'll ever get around to it, but get that Corsair.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Hellfire and the Corsair. Like they look really cool. I think it would be really challenging. So I'd be definitely down to do some U.S. Navy back in the day kind of stuff.
Yeah. Okay. It's just me and Brad. Brad whipping on me.
Yeah. What I was gonna say with this, I think again just more sets and you'll start to recognize some stuff. Oops. Keyboard just jumping. All right, so we have a late turn by F-18 into a one circle flow. Guy goes nose high. Or he just does a barrel. Okay. Into this scissors. Oof.
That was a snapshot. That was a snapshot. If you look at the HUD on that one,
Yeah,
I
was
I
gonna
just
say, it
didn't
looked
pull
like
the
you have a
trigger.
chance, but
I don't think I pulled the trigger on that one.
yeah, I didn't see any
Wait, it
bullets
could
here
have
in
been a
TAC view,
snapshot.
but
No, I didn't pull the trigger. I could have made that
yeah,
happen.
like I said, if you're because I've made this mistake plenty of times too. You don't expect it to happen, and that's kind of the thing behind snapshots. You're watching your dude. You're like, hey, he's gonna pass. Maybe he'll pass in front of my nose, And that's when I start thinking about this guy here, the little triangle.
I was just trying to think ahead of
Um,
what he was going to do. So if he's coming across my nose now, I need to turn, and then obviously get behind him. But yeah,
Yeah, I
it could
think
have been a snapshot.
you take advantage of it, and you'll end up aligning or getting into a space, but probably could have killed him there. Let's go back to the overhead. He's gonna dump for the deck. You're just gonna follow him around, and then finally finish him. Thoughts, simple prayers.
Nope.
He kind of already talked about it, I guess, in the Discord, but
Just whooped on me. Whooped me.
you're doing a lot of fighting today, so keep it up, dude. Keep it up. Let's get these two together again.
And
Just F.
both times I was thinking 2 circle for a game plan.
Okay.
Obviously, he was going 1 circle. So this time I try and force a little more, I think, to keep my rate up. But
Yeah, you got good rate there.
yeah. And then you go vertical. I don't remember what I did here. I just kept the turn coming, which was probably not the thing to do here. Probably should have took it up. But I thought if I kept my rate going.
So even though you're thinking 2 circle rate, the
Mhm.
only things that happen if you continue with the rate fight is you've got speed, right?
Yeah.
What is that going to give you? Well, if you know they don't have heaters, well, you could extend for range, but again, by not reversing or not continuing into
Yeah. Yep.
a 1 circle flow, even though you've got that energy,
Yep.
that's where you pay for it ultimately. I would
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
reversed here right into him,
Yeah.
used everything
Looking
I
at it in
had.
the attack view for sure.
Uh,
That's yep. Yep.
but again, you're kind of monitoring. You're gonna have to watch the other guy a little bit. It's like, oh, hey, he's pulling the shit out of the jet. He's gonna be low energy here as we come around. Even had you eased your nose, there's opportunity here for. Let's see here. I think it's kind of tough maybe in the Tomcat because you got a whole lot of cockpit. I'm looking at the wrong fighter. My bad. Let me get back to this guy here. Let's take a look. Yeah, I think he's in your canopy bow here. So the thought processes that are going through my head probably not the same, but I'd say he'd be visible here. You see a nose high Hornet. I'm thinking energy. He's
Mhm.
trading energy for altitude.
Yeah, and that's what I should have just pulled into the vertical there. But I was trying to commit to keep the rate up and take one more lap around and see where it ended up, which
Yeah,
wasn't good.
you're awfully fast, so I understand the thought process. But instead of taking it around, I would have just, hey, I want to keep that speed. I'm going to get distance because he still will come around. Like while you're doing that, he'll come around and be here. But at that point, you can kind of do the same thing, turn it
Oh,
back
sure,
into a.
sure. I
These
see.
are these are the only kind of things that are coming to my mind. Like you're 400 knots plus. He's 110 knots. You could drive out to 2 miles pretty quick. Um, but again, that's going to set you up for a heater shot at worst case. So, all right. So we're going to rate around the circle. It doesn't pay off because he's just going to cut inside of that. And that's why the Hornet was able to do what he did.
Yeah, but this is
So,
what I was kind of hoping for an end game that we'd get more neutral here, but he
all right,
still has more nose authority. He's just bringing it right around on me.
let's see here. He's got the rate up here on it. So AOA, where's our turn rate? 16, 16.7, 16, and you're pulling into a little more. And you're pulling for the merge, and I think that's fine. It's more than fine because you're misaligned here. Um, if there's no snapshot from the other fighter, you could reverse depending on this gap here, this
Hmm.
distance between the circles. That's not something I'm really good at talking about because I'm not sure it's always the best move, but
Yeah.
I will monitor like if I was pulling hard here and I'm a little closer, if I reverse, I know in a Hornet will be pretty much neutral on the next scissors. You're gonna just kind of rate around here. 17, that's pretty good. 17.4 is the highest I've seen for your rate. 18, kind of rating around. 16.4, and you're just misaligned circle. We see this a lot with the MiGs when I fight MiGs, because they have kind of that Tomcat problem where they're just able to outrate my nose every time I come around. And getting misaligned circles, maybe talk to Fen about how to solve some of those problems and go
Sure.
and practice them. Because you see this again and again with you guys here. By misaligned circles, it's
Yep.
kind of looks like a 2 circle. It's just they're kind of separated. And then Horn is going to rate around because you're slow, and that's pretty obvious just from watching this guy.
Yep, ran out of altitude.
And I seem to have run out of attack view. No, okay, I just hit the wrong button. Oh, you did a deck save here? Is that what that was? Oh yeah.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
were way down on the deck, and he took it vertical, and
All right, makes sense.
he was able to
Alright,
cash that in.
Yeah, remember God's G is also on your side. I think if I see a Hornet nose up and I'm in a Tomcat, I guess you're still pretty low, but he's not much better when you guys transition.
No, we were
here.
both on the deck. He made the good move though, pulling the nose up.
And you don't have to go crazy nose up either, but I'm gonna usually follow a guy up if we're neutral.
But anything like, you know, saving yourself from hitting the sea or whatever, it basically costs you time, doesn't it? You know,
Yeah,
costs you
it
seconds.
does. We talked about that in one of the earlier fights too, right? Like you had to go wings level on that deck save, and that really paid for it. And it was compounded by a reversal. And in the Tomcat, like I just came out of the F5, so there's a lot more stuff you have to breathe in before you can make a decision. And when you don't have a Rio helping you out with that, you just kind of see where it suffers a little bit for information. So I think on that note, like I think you did pretty well, GIF. It's just like I get it, like doing these deck saves and then thinking about the fighter, the other guy, whatever. You're just focused on airspeed for a few, microseconds there or seconds.
Yeah. If you have somebody in the backseat calling out your airspeeds, that's huge.
Yeah. So that's just it. So me in the F5, I've got some buffeting. I can kind of tell what's going on with the energy, but like you saw
I
with
have a
this
force
first.
feedback stick.
Oh yeah.
But I haven't quite lasered in on the sweet spot where that's at, on that 15-degree AOA kind of spot.
All right. Yeah, all the tools in your toolkit that you can maybe talk about and think about in practice. But I see the disadvantage of like when you don't have that HUD and that smart or that HMD, it's tough. It's way tougher, especially at the deck for making decisions. So I don't want to pick on you too much for some of the moves you made.
And this was 100% one circle the whole time. I was like, okay, I'm gonna fight the hardest fight. I'll let the
Yeah,
Tomcat be good and slow.
Yeah, we talked about what you could do, and that's why I was like, yay, and trying not to be too much of a loser. Excuse me. I was like, yeah, okay, we finally get to see the 2 jets go vertical. Let's see what happens. And yeah, just Hornet's gonna level out and start thinking about his plan. You're kind of matched here, very neutral. But God's G, nice pull. Not pulling. Thinking about rate. This guy's pulling inside the circle. And do you get it? You didn't get any hits there. There's the next shot.
No.
Oh, this isn't the one where it ended quickly. My bad.
No, this one. Yep, this one kept going. This one.
It was a good fight.
Kind of in the.
Got in a little bit of a revolving scissors there.
Yeah, we'll let it play out. So doing the Top Gun thing, spinning down, and then sorry, I hit the wrong button.
Here we had the canopy wave.
Yeah, so you were pointed right
over
at
the
me, and there's
maneuver.
nothing I could have done if I started turning to the left or the right. That again would have cost seconds, and I've got to pull back on the stick as well. So I figured the only thing I could do right now is pull high, and if I pull high, you can't see. Well, you could technically get the nose authority on me there, but I think because you were coming down at an angle, I don't think you could have got me. So I think I've kind of avoided that. I don't know if that was the right maneuver to do, but it seems logical at the time.
I mean, it confused the shit out of me, but I don't know what I could do to capitalize on it overall besides maybe extend if I want some authority on the next merge.
Yeah, it's just that nose that scares me. So I just
A little late on the reversal.
Yeah. Yep.
As soon as you know the nose is not happening, I'm probably
Should've-
reversing. At least in the
Well,
Hornet.
I think I can remember exactly what went on there. I was indecisive if I wanted to roll over to the right or the left.
Okay, gotcha.
And I'm like, I'm just gonna roll left. So
Yeah, you get some altitude. You saw me do that in the F5 a few times actually, where I'll go up and around. It's like a full barrel roll.
If I
in
would
this
have kept the
IOA.
roll going that way, I would have kept him in sight. But I'm
Mhm.
like, I'm low. I don't want to chance it. So then I went blind on him for a second so I could roll the other way. And then I
Yeah.
just tried to get nose high so we could get into the scissors here. This is, I think,
Alright.
the really close pass. Or no, maybe not yet.
I think there's opportunity for shots here from the Blue Jet, but
Yeah.
just doesn't come out. Being patient, I guess. Nothing wrong with that. Just a long fight though.
Yep.
And I'm gonna zoom out and up. So big extension. We got 300 knot jet.
I think
Yeah,
I got what
350.
happened here is once we separated a little bit, you lost sight of me. And I had this deck transition. I was like, whoa. And then you're like, oh, it's okay. I can't see you. And then I pulled back around, and then I got you. So yeah, you kept pulling because you couldn't see me, and I'm like, oh, there he is. So then
Oh
I was
yeah, I
able
was
to come
watching.
in
Yeah,
behind you, and I got a tracking shot, but I
dude, I
didn't
completely
get a
forgot
kill
about this.
shot.
Oh yes, now I remember. Yeah, this is where you got a hit on me. Yeah, nice one. That should have
yeah.
been
I
a
was like,
kill.
I saw the hits and the pieces fly
Dude,
off.
that's just
I was like,
ED modeling, man. I mean, that should have killed me straight away. So you
I
had
mean,
you won
the
the
damage
fight.
was shown
Now we're in a really
inside
good
your.
scissors here. So now we're just trying to not get downrange. So now the two of us are keeping the pirouette going.
In my opinion, mate, because you got that shot, you won that fight. It's my opinion.
I mean, it's not over until it's over. That's what I like to say when
Nope.
I'm
And I
damaged.
missed that one.
Because the mistake is, oh, I got some hits, and then okay, this guy's dead, and next thing you know, you're dead.
Yeah. Yep.
Uh,
Yep. Now here we got back into the rate fight. I think
All
you
right.
just ended up outrating me here.
All right, let's go back to that. So 19, I think you're a little. It says 337 here, calibrated, and 20. So going around the circle pretty fast. I could bring up telemetry too, I think, and that would be easier, but. I got a
think
question
it's
for you guys.
just a matter of weight and mass. Able to outrate just a little bit.
I got a question for you. When you're in these like misaligned circles or basically a rate fight, and you got to you got to ease the stick. When's a good time to ease the stick to kind of get some speed back? You think? Let's say we're not up high and we can't really trade altitude for speed.
Usually, when we're across a circle from each other is when I
Yeah,
try to do it. If that's the place to do it, or
I'd say that's a pretty good answer. Brad, you got any thoughts on that?
Well, no, I don't. I was just trying to think.
So Brad, if you want to get your circle aligned, basically we're just trying to rate around right now. That's usually how I think about it in the jet. But if I know I keep just missing this opportunity, we end up back at this after 2 or 3 spins. Brad, you've kind of got to move your circle. Let's look at the blue ring here. We've got to move our circle kind of this way. And if we ease the stick here, it kind of keeps bringing it over here. Does that make sense, guys?
Yes.
yeah, and I
Uh,
don't think you'd want to do that. You'd want to tighten down, right? So that
Yeah, so I wanted to bring it up because I don't know a good way to talk about it, but I just wanted to point it out. So sometimes when we're trying to get some of that energy back, we end up doing this and it just rinse and repeat, right? Does that make sense? We keep easing the
yeah,
stick because we're misaligned and we pull a little bit to get back in alignment, and then this is a common I'd say a normal mistake that will happen in BFM. So just put that in your head, in the back of your head. There's other ways to get energy back. Like all I see this all night from Brad. He goes nose high and he uses God's G to get inside your circle.
Yeah. Yep.
And
No, it was well done.
he did this quite a few times, and in the Tomcat you can do all that same stuff. But I wanted to point out the misaligned. Sometimes we're thinking about rate, it's just not working out for us, right? We're kind of rating, we end up neutral. You don't really get the nose. I see this a lot with the MiG when I fight the MiG 29. So I just wanted to talk about it briefly because I could kind of show it there. All right, and now it's to the circus. I'm just gonna run through these real quick.
Yeah,
They're
go
pretty
for it.
rough. I made a lot of big errors right away, and then I tore the wings off it in this one. But F5's a one circle fighter, especially the Tiger 2. Not so much CA, but it's got a little bit of authority opposed to. So of course it's it's kind of the dad to the Hornets, so they got a lot of common DNA. My bad. And there's it goes. So not much to see. Look at it again. Go. And yeah, this is me. If you pull too much, same thing. I'm gonna look at this 8.5 G. Like this is already over G'd the jet, and then I try pulling here at the bottom, and I just spun the jet because of the aerodynamics. And you're right in there, and then boop boop. Just a miss, just a hit. There it goes.
He's got the good gun sight.
Yeah, it's that's the other thing is the gun sight. Couldn't get my dogfight mode activated, and I was like, I just kind of spray and pray. All right, this guy, Tomcat. Tomcat's gonna get me on this one too. We go two circle to start. Oh no, you went vertical. That's right. Okay. In one of these, I wanted to talk about this too because the vertical guy in plane one circle. You're gonna see me pull and just try to keep you in sight, and then little nose down to keep my energy up, just so we can try to be neutral. That's my goal here when I see a one circle vertical, because there's no way I was going up there with you. And I'm gonna reverse here to try to force the scissors, take advantage of that one circle, and you just beat me around. Dump the nose, because that's all I can do. Yeah, he's got a small change purse, this guy, so once I run out of altitude, then it gets real sticky, but
at this point, I recognized I had an advantage, so I was just trying to maintain the advantage. I didn't really have a good, like, now I'm in the control zone, but before I was just like trying to stay above. And
yeah, I'm doing some stuff.
and you're doing some wild stuff, like
yeah. Yeah. You should have had me to right there.
I should have, and I don't think I had a radar lock. I was fiddling with some of the ACM modes.
And I didn't have visual on you either. So even if, like, we get to cheat a little bit seeing the tracers today. I'm looking back. I'm looking back and forth between my front and back, and it's pretty obvious here in the TACFO. I had no idea you were shooting at me. Didn't even budge.
And here's where we get into this wild scissors.
Yeah, I forgot about this fun one. If you get enough speed, you can kind of do like this. It's almost like a high yo-yo.
And that's what I'm doing here, because I knew I had the speed advantage, and you were trying to get me slow, so I was trying not to shoot out in front of you.
And not much I can do, but it's holding on for dear life.
That was a very good dogfight.
Here, I'm failing at my snapshots.
Go back up. Luckily, I had some opportunities to extend and get some energy back. I think it's the only reason why I survived so long. Like every time you did this, dude, like I was just like, I want to do it too. And the minute I pull the nose, look at my airspeed.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, it's not happening. And then it's like, no, and then you go to pull around to match your scissors. No, that's not happening. Like this little wiggle here, Just same thing as in the Tomcat. It just you stall out the wings.
Yep.
Anyway, so we're gonna keep it going. You extend, I extend. It's a big happy party right now. You go up,
Now
you go down, I go up.
here's where I think I finally got a good lined up the turn circles and
And like Bruce Lee, I'm trying to be shapeless like water, but didn't pay off. All right. Oh, you got hits there, but I'm not
I
dead.
did. Oh, it wasn't
Oh,
there.
okay,
We go.
there's the kill. Okay,
I
was
didn't
like,
realize I got hits on that first one. Apparently.
yeah. I mean, Tacby says you hit me. Brad, you were watching. I guess. I
Didn't
guess
see
I
anything. I was watching, but I was watching from a F3 view and playing it out.
Maybe I
So
killed a
it was
couple of
quite
seagulls
quite
nearby
distant.
or something, and they
You
ran
know,
into you.
it's quite distant, really. But it was definitely a good fight for what I was watching.
Oh yeah, when I bunted the nose there like twice, I must have got hit here. I'm still flying. All right.
Yeah, just cosmetic. Hit
Just yeah,
the
this
ceiling edge elevator or something.
you finally got it. You finally got the sight picture you needed.
Yep.
I was pulling. I'm thinking, okay, I can pull him in, and then just do a quick bunt, and it didn't pay off. I just ate it right away. Good stuff, dude.
Yeah, nice
Fun
fights.
stuff. No, man,
Nice
I
fights.
learned a ton today. So this was
Yeah,
awesome.
I'm
Yeah, thanks,
glad you
Jay.
can say
Appreciate it.
that. And you too, Brad. Nice job with the fights against each other. You know, we're always going to make a lot of mistakes. So I don't always know how to talk about BFM. So on that subject, I really recommend if you're you want some more punishment, go fight Weeds or Fenrir. Both of those guys really know their shit. Um, just for takeaways on the day, for anytime you're against an adversary, remember pre-merge, think about a game plan, do some actions. Um, you know, when we do Fox 2, it's going to be a little different about what you want to do, but
Mhm.
set yourself up for what you want to happen. Yeah, the other guy can still make decisions, going to influence you, but don't just fly fat, dumb, and happy into the merge. That's what I'm
Sure.
trying to say there. Next thing is transition. Look and recognize what your enemy's doing. Try to monitor that energy state. And the Tomcat, I know you guys have a little harder time when you're solo because you're also balancing your own instruments. And the Hornet, Brad, I think you got a pretty good idea. Just remember when you're doing some of that high execution stuff, other people will punish you for it. I don't know how to describe it other than that. And next time we'll try to show you in the Hornet.
Gotcha.
But yeah, pretty good, guys. Thanks for listening to me rant.
Yeah, thanks for the
No, it
fight.
was awesome, Jay. Appreciate it. It was great.
All right. Well, if you all got nothing else, I've got nothing else.
Nope.
No, I'm good, mate. I'm
All
good.
right. Well,
Good
have a
flying.
good one.
Cheers, boys.
You guys
Cheers,
have a good
gentlemen.
one. Cheers.
All right. Thanks for watching the stream. Hope you enjoyed that. Take care.